Welcome to Retro's Food Court, where the food is real, the opinions are real, and the tingles are tasty. Let's meet our first defendant. Honorable Judge Retro presides. Hey guys, Retro here. Today I'm going to review Kraft Mac and Cheese. Usually Retro's Food Court is reserved for fast food, but I think I want to start branching out into pretty much any food, junk food, chips, cookies, whatever. So I thought that Kraft Dinner or Kraft Mac and Cheese would be a good way to start. Speaking of which, one thing I realized, so here in Canada, we call it Kraft Dinner or KD. I actually have the box here, if you could see that. And, but in America, I just realized they call it Kraft Mac and Cheese. So if you're hearing me calling it Kraft Dinner or KD, now you know. And also this is the original flavor, because I know they have a whole bunch of other flavors. But I'll start off with the description of Kraft Mac and Cheese, the website. This is the Canadian version of the website. Kraft Dinner Original Macaroni and Cheese combines classic KD cheese with yummy noodles for a deliciously creamy snack or a classic meal side. When you see the familiar cheesy KD on the package, you know this macaroni and cheese classic is sure to put a smile on your family's face. With her iconic cheesy flavor, Kraft Dinner Original Macaroni and Cheese is the taste you know and love, with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Ideal for busy evenings, lunch, and snacking. Kraft Dinner Mac and Cheese is a family favorite that takes only minutes to prepare. Serve on its own or as a side dish or as part of a recipe. It's Canada's #1 mac and cheese brand. That was a lot of verbiage, but okay, now quickly some nutritional information. So for 1 cup, it's 360 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 560 milligrams of sodium, 61 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 11 grams of sugar, and 11 grams of protein. All right, let's take a look here. Definitely has a sound. Let's see if I can do a bit of a zoom in here. Bit of a close up. Okay, let's give it a try. So this isn't my first time having it, but actually I never grew up with Kraft Mac and Cheese. I don't think I've ever tried it as a kid. I was always like fascinated by it because I'd see it, the commercials, and I think even Home Alone. I don't know if Kevin was eating, if he specifically said Kraft Mac and Cheese, but he was eating mac and cheese. But yeah, I never really had it as a kid. If I did, it'd be like a homemade type of thing. And then, well, I'll take a bite and then I'll tell you. The first time I made it for myself as an adult, I'm like, this can't be right. Maybe I screwed something up. It's gotta taste better than this. And I think I was partially biased because I've said this before, but the KFC macaroni salad or pasta salad, whatever they call it. I was a big fan of that, and I still am. And I guess I know it's not the same thing as mac and cheese, but for some reason I expected it to taste more like that. Maybe that's why I was disappointed. But anyways, years later, I did make it again, and I'm pretty sure I followed the instructions correctly, and I still didn't like it all that much, so you pretty much know how I'm going to rate this, but you never know. It is very easy to make, though. I'll give it that. It makes a good Like, it's the good thing about it is that not only that it's easy to make, but it's easy to make it taste much better if you add stuff to it. Eating it just on its own, maybe not the best thing. But with a few additions, some chili flakes or hot sauce or whatever you like to put on it, bacon bits or something, you make it pretty good. Oops. I probably should have used a spoon for this. I'm gonna have to switch. And speaking of the name, I was saying how it's here in Canada, it's Kraft Dinner. In the States, it's Kraft Mac and Cheese. So I'm curious about other parts of the world. Even if I'm wondering if other countries even have it. I don't know. But if you do have this in your country, let me know. I'm curious to know what it's called in your countries. As always, I'm open to suggestions for different kinds of food, whether it's fast food or snack, junk food or whatever. So I went to the store before to buy the mac and cheese. I come home, I'm all ready to go, I'm ready to start cooking it. And then I realize it says on the box, made with cauliflower. So I bought the wrong version. Apparently there's one made with cauliflower, which is fine, but for the first time reviewing a mac and cheese, I wanted to do like the original, not any different version of it or whatever. I was pretty upset. I didn't want to drive back to the grocery store. It's not that far, but I didn't want to get in my car again and blah, blah, blah. So I just walked across the street to a convenience store, and luckily they had. I was looking all around. I'm like, oh, there's no way they have it. There's no way. I was about to just give up and walk out, but then boom, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. There's only 2 left, so I got lucky on that one. Maybe I'll do the cauliflower one if you really want me to. I'll eat it eventually. Would also be interested in hearing your Kraft mac and cheese recipes, how to make it better, what to add. And I made it on the stovetop, not the microwave, if that matters. I do have to admit, after I made it, before this video, I'm tasting it and I'm like, something's not right. And then I realized, oh, the margarine, I forgot to put it in. So I put it in kind of late. It was still warm enough to melt, thankfully, but hopefully that didn't mess up the flavor, and I don't think it did. It tastes just how I remember it tasting. All right, now because I'm such an amazing cook, chef. A chef is really what I am, a 5 Michigan star chef or whatever they call it. I'm going to spruce it up a bit. We have this Sriracha hot sauce. Gonna put some of it on there. Not sure how much I want to put. Let's just put a bit on there and see how that helps. Ooh, can smell it from here. It's gonna be spicy. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Can you hear it sizzle? Obviously, it gives it a spicy kick, but it also gives it some tanginess that I think it's missing. One thing about Kraft Dinner is that it tastes very salty, which I don't really mind salty food, but I don't know, this is like, there has to be, it doesn't have enough flavor to justify the amount of salt, let's put it that way. You know, I love chips and stuff like that, and that's obviously very salty, but I don't know, I just don't expect mac and cheese to be this salty. But it is what it is. I don't think anybody's expecting gourmet mac and cheese when they reach for Kraft. Oh, I'm making a mess. What other mac and cheese brands do you like? I can try some of those, whether it's for a video or not. Alright, I'm gonna leave that a little bit there because the fork keeps scraping the bowl and it makes a very non-pleasant sound, but I think I'm ready for my ratings. So for taste, I don't know, I can't give it more than a 5, and that might be a little bit generous, but yeah, I'll just settle with a 5. For texture is fine. It's the texture is what mac and cheese should be, so I don't know, I give that a 7.5. Presentation, yeah. I mean, again, it looks like what it's supposed to look like. For some reason, I always envision the noodles being bigger than they are, but I don't know. I'll give that a 7. Portion is pretty good for the price. I'd give that an 8. Oh, and one more thing about the taste is it's very salty. That's another negative on the taste side of things, so on its own, I don't recommend it if you're just going to eat it like that. If you're going to add stuff to it, then yeah, it's a good quick start to a meal. So there you have it. There's my review of Kraft Mac and Cheese or Kraft Dinner or KD or whatever you call it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it relaxing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.